Hello out there, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at this classic crime noir film called The Outfit. It features a stacked cast, as you can see there, with Robert Duvall in the lead, and Joe Don Baker from Walking Tall, and later in the Cape Fear remake, and of course Karen Black. It also features, I believe, Robert Ryan, famous, fairly big character actor from that era, and Joanna Cassidy, rather. And notably, I recognize several actors from Stanley Kubrick's The Killing in this film, and I think that is purposeful because it certainly has that same vibe going for it. Certainly set, nearly 2 decades later. But in any case, it's a fantastic little crime noir film that is based on a novel by, I want to say Richard Stark. And this particular story is based on his book Point Blank. And it's interesting because, basically this story's been told before in cinema. It was told later, to varying degrees of success with, Michael Mann, of course, in Thief and Heat, as well as Mel Gibson in Payback. They're all sort of the same characters. They're principled, disciplined, and with a strong code of conduct thieves who do not like it when people around them just don't hold up their end of the bargain in terms of the sort of code of conduct expectations that he has. So very disciplined, very interesting criminal thief, smart, tough, and obviously very, very dedicated to his craft, probably to a fault, because of course his personal relationships suffer as a consequence. But I would absolutely recommend seeking this film out. I've never seen it up until just the other day, and I will tell you that it is very entertaining. And some of the scenes that they feature in the film, it's set in Southern California, around the LA area, and the very opening sequence is actually right at the Rock Store in Malibu, right off of Mulholland Highway. And it's a great place to start the film. It's a fabulous place to visit on the weekends. There's tons and tons of bikers. Sometimes you'll see some of the more famous ones, Arnold and Jay Leno, etc., have known to go out there on the weekends to kick tire. But I digress. I mean, I think ultimately this is a film that you can see planted the seeds for films of its ilk to come out later. And of course, get the more realistic treatment as a result. I mean, this is definitely a movie of its era, and so the sense of realism isn't up to the level of, like, let's say, a Heat, but you can absolutely see Michael Mann being inspired by this film, and I think Robert Duvall just gives a fantastic performance in the lead. I really enjoyed this movie. So on that note, I would just say seek it out. This is a Warner Brothers Archive standard def DVD. I don't believe this has the Blu-ray treatment. This disc looks okay. It's supposedly remastered, but there are, a fair amount of pops and so forth that show up throughout the film, but it's not horrible. I mean, I think it's a pretty good standard def DVD, but I would love to see this movie get the 4K Blu-ray treatment at some point. I think it would absolutely look fantastic. So on that note, please stay safe out there, be kind, and by all means, keep watching good cinema. Take care.